Welcome to the first episode of Fans and Jerseys. This is Matt.
And this is Will.
So, the Serbia versus U.S. game just finished. A little disappointing 0-0 draw. But the first step in Coach Arena's tenure, so we gotta give him a little leeway here.
Yeah, I'd say definitely disappointed in the draw. I was looking to see like a 2-0 win and just didn't get anywhere close to that. We had 5 or 6 shots on goal. Defense held up pretty well though. They only had 1 or 2 shots, and that's probably the brightest spot in the game.
Yeah, the defense played great. I mean, and these are young guys for Serbia, but they all played really well, I thought. And the defense stood up and took care of business.
Yeah, definitely for a 4-day trip for Serbia, they came out with a ton of energy, which is great to see. You don't normally see that in January camp with Camp Cupcake, but this is what we like to see.
Yeah,
Lots of energy.
It was good competition for the U.S. And a good start for Coach Arena.
Definitely. You could definitely see the change in the mentality for the United States team. In the past, you've seen the players come out under Jurgen Klinsmann and friendly and just not give it their all.
Right.
You didn't see any of that today. They definitely cared. They wanted to get the goals. They wanted to have the ball and string together a couple of good plays. Unfortunately, we didn't see that goal that we were really looking for. A couple good strikes from Darlington Nagbe.
Right. Yep.
He was a bright spot today. It's good to see him out there again after being snubbed a couple times by Klinsmann.
Yeah. So, Matt, what did you think of the lineup?
It was a little interesting to see Chad Marshall out there again.
Yeah.
He's one of the older players on the team. Him and Jermaine Jones.
Right.
I wanted to see us get younger, not necessarily older, but again with Chad Marshall, he won't be seeing any playing time anyway. We have the guys from Europe coming in and playing the back line, so I was okay with that. I would have liked to see someone else, maybe a Dax McCarty in the Jermaine Jones position. I think it's time to start moving away from him. We saw a couple times today that he was out of position running up the field.
Yeah, I know you and I both have our feelings about Jermaine Jones at this point in his career, but I mean, he was a great player, but I think ultimately we need to get a little younger right there, a little more defensive presence. We have the attacking guys in Kleshin and Nagbe who are stepping up, and Benny Fellhaber's back in the mix, and Josie is always a threat to score whenever he touches the ball. So I think getting a little younger at his position, maybe Will Trapp, would be great to see him in there. Obviously, Arena sent him home a little early, so we won't see him next game, but hopefully maybe a Dax McCarty in there. I know he's not much younger than Jermaine Jones, but he's still got enough leg in him. I think he can go to full 90 easily.
And he's got more discipline than Jones.
Right, definitely more discipline. So what did you think of our substitutions? I know it's only a friendly at this point, and you're just trying to get guys out there, but what did you think about that?
I think it was good to get Sebastian Letjet in there.
Definitely that.
Definitely him, and
we also saw Villafana come in. He was a good presence for the little while he got in. Benny came in off the bench. He did a good job filling in for Question.
Jordan Morris, he came in and you saw right off the bat he had a shot on goal, or off target, but he had a shot, which was nice. Yeah, it was good to see Letjet come in there. He made his presence known immediately. Same with Fellhaber. You could just see the change in pace, and you didn't see any of the misconnections that you would have seen under Klinsmann when he put in a sub, and they seemed to not know what they were doing or changing tactics. We didn't see any of that. It was all very consistent. You saw that in all the interviews that Arena was giving. He said he wanted to be consistent in all of his approaches. So it was good to see that. Definitely a departure from what Klinsmann had been doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The one sub I liked was Villafana for Greg Garza. I know you and I didn't think he had a very good game today. He didn't seem like he was working well with Nagbe, and he seemed out of position a few times. So definitely we need to look at other options at that point. I mean, I'd love to see Fabian Johnson be able to get into the midfield instead of play defense, but at this point, it seems like he's our best option.
Yeah, it would be nice to see the United States get a solid left back there to push Fabian Johnson up. As you saw, Zusi played it right back today, so if he becomes a solid option there, you might see DeAndre Yedlin move over to left back as he has done a couple times for his club and for the national team.
Yeah. I think we should leave Yedlin over there. I like Yedlin over there, but Zusi had a heck of a game. I mean, coming back from right back to right defense, he didn't look like he was out of position at all. He seemed like he knew what he was doing right off the bat.
Definitely. And in his first game there, that's a huge thing. I didn't see any major mental lapses or really lapses at all during his play. Maybe a few here and there, but nothing that stood out to me.
Yeah, he was terrific.
So, what do you think? Who had the best performance today for you?
For me, best performance, I gotta give it to Armando. That was a heck of a save at the end to save the 0-0 time. And he hadn't been doing anything all day. Made a couple of cleanup stops, but that save was amazing and kept the 0-0 draw.
Definitely. It was good to see Armando have a clean sheet, especially after doing not much of anything throughout the day. To come in and still be mentally prepared for that save at the end was huge. For me, I'd say Darlington Nagbe. Every time he's on the field, he impresses me with a couple of his touches that he has. He has great vision. A couple times you see him just see a pass that nobody else on the field would see. So for me, I think he creates a lot of chances for himself and for others. He's my man of the match.
Yeah, his ability to get around guys like no one else on the U.S. pool, I think, and he's electric on the ball.
Definitely.
So Matt, who was your biggest surprise today?
My biggest surprise today was Alejandro Bedoya. I really thought he disappeared at times. I was looking for more from him. In the past, he's been a great player for us. He's created a lot of chances coming in from the wing and also been very active on defense. You still saw the activity on defense. He did step back a couple times to help Zusi when he was moving forward. But Bedoya, he left a couple things to be desired, and I really expected him to have a big game today to show us why he should really be that right wing that we all want him to be. It just wasn't there for me. I really wanted him to play better today.
Yeah, I thought him and Zusi had a good connection. I think I lost track of the two occasionally with the ponytails, but yeah, he disappeared, and it was a little disappointing.
Absolutely. So who was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise is a good thing. It was Graham Zusi. I thought he played great at right back. I was expecting mental lapses all over the place, but he played amazing. There was a couple of times he held his position at the back post when the other defenders got sucked into one side. He made that great play at the end and made Armando just have that easy cleanup save. So for me, it was Graham Zusi.
Yeah, Graham had a great day, as we talked about. He has a great connection with Bedoya moving forward and coming back. He stayed back a lot more than I expected him to. He had a lot of discipline at that position. It was good to see him have the mental state of mind to know to stay back, play defense instead of shooting forward. He did have that great connection with Bedoya where he could move forward when he needed to. A couple times you saw him bomb forward, get the ball, and make a nice cross, which is what we're used to seeing with Zusi.
Right.
So it's good to see that aspect of his game wasn't taken away.
Yeah, I thought he got into the attack when he needed to, and he got back when he needed to.
It does give something that we had with DeAndre Yedlin, a similar type of player where you could play both roles, which is good. I like that.
Yeah, he was great. So at this point, where do you see the team moving forward?
I like where we're set. I like the change in formation. I think that a couple of these guys from this friendly could make a huge impact during World Cup qualifying. If you think about Darlington Nagbe, Jordan Morris, Josie Altidore, those types of players, you could see them on the field during a World Cup qualifying match doing great things for our country. You need to replace guys like Greg Garza, Jermaine Jones eventually, and a couple other players with guys from Europe. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. So I think what Arena's going to do going forward in this next game is I think he's going to try and get younger. I think he's going to try and get Zimmerman in there. I think Agudelo is going to probably play. Just get some younger guys in there to start, and I think that's what we need to do with these next couple of games before the World Cup qualifiers.
I also think you're probably going to see Luis Robles. A change at goalkeeper is generally happening during these games. I know Romando's a little older, and it would be nice to see somebody younger get in there as well. Romando's not going to be around forever, and if we could see like a David Bingham as well, that would be nice.
I mean, either of those goalkeepers, they're top notch. I think whoever right now we put it out at goalkeeper is going to be okay. And I know we're always, usually pretty good at goalkeeper. I'm not really as concerned with goalkeeper as I am at other positions.
Yeah, specifically left back and defensive midfielder.
Right. The way Bradley played today, though, sitting deep, I think he loves that spot, and I think that's where he needs to stay.
Yeah, it would be nice to see somebody who could distribute in front of him so he could just sit back, get the ball to a couple different guys like Darlington Nagbe, or once we get the European players in there, Christian Pulisic.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who can have some skill on the ball and deliver down the field.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Well, this is all for the first episode of Fans and Jerseys. Check us out next time after the Jamaica game, February 3rd.
And don't forget, like and subscribe, and share us with your friends if you like.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, so welcome, folks, to the first episode of Guys in... What do we call this?
Fans.
So, Matt, who was your biggest surprise today?
My biggest surprise today was Alejandro de Boya.
Well, this is all for jerseys and fans.